You lie to your fans.
Yes. Morning! Get ready with me to go to my grandpa's funeral.
Somebody sedate me!
Lala Sadi, from TikTok princess to the center of controversy. The story of Lala Sadi is one of dazzling fame, shocking scandals, and a downfall no one could have predicted. But behind the glittering videos and picture-perfect moments, was it all just a carefully crafted illusion? Once hailed as a Gen Z icon, Lala built a kingdom of over 25 million followers. Each short clip was a burst of energy, sparking trends across TikTok and beyond. Her graduation video, celebrating a 3.8 GPA, drew millions of likes. Another milestone, completing her bachelor's degree in biology, earned her over 1 million more. She wasn't just an entertainer. She appeared to be the full package, smart, ambitious, and unstoppable. Her rise placed her alongside TikTok royalty like Charli D'Amelio and Addison Rae, names many thought untouchable. On Instagram, her following climbed past 4 million, while memes, edits, and clips of her content flooded every corner of the internet. To fans, she was more than a creator. She was a phenomenon, the embodiment of energy, creativity, and success. But with every dazzling spotlight comes shadows. And for Lala, small cracks began to show. Some fans noticed how staged her content seemed. Others picked up on the way every real moment was perfectly timed, perfectly lit, perfectly performed. The line between authenticity and performance started to blur. The turning point came with what's now known as the funeral vibes scandal. In a video meant to honor her grandfather, Lala styled the moment like a fashion shoot. Designer bags, dresses, and accessories were placed front and center, while the raw grief of loss was nowhere to be seen. Instead of mourning, the video framed her as the star of the day. Captions and shots that belonged in lighthearted lifestyle clips were now paired with a funeral. To audiences, it felt like a betrayal. Funerals, across every culture, are meant to be sacred spaces of remembrance, but Lala's video turned it into a stage, aestheticizing grief, turning sorrow into props. Comments flooded in. "I used to like you, but not anymore." Others were harsher. "You're heartless," exploiting a funeral for views. Reaction stitches and duets exploded across TikTok. Reddit threads and Twitter posts tore into her choices. What had once been a golden image was now stained. And at first, Lala didn't make things better. Her initial responses brushed off criticism, framing it as a misunderstanding. Only later, under heavy pressure, did she release a shaky apology video. But by then, many felt it was too late. The damage was done, and the apology, many argued, felt scripted and insincere. For her loyal fans, this wasn't just a misstep, it was a collapse of trust. But the scandals didn't stop there. Soon, questions began swirling about her content itself. Stories of cheating boyfriends, dramatic family betrayals, and even the mysterious Joshua, a lover mentioned countless times, all became recurring themes. Yet no one could find evidence these people even existed. Were these real struggles, or were they storylines written for engagement? What shocked fans further was the involvement of her actual family. Parents, siblings, and relatives began appearing in these videos, not just in the background, but often as central players in her dramas. To many, it felt less like real life and more like a staged sitcom. Family tragedies, relationship heartbreaks, betrayal arcs, all repackaged into TikTok-friendly episodes. This strategy worked at first. Algorithms reward drama after all. The tears, the betrayals, the reconciliations, they kept audiences hooked, moving from one video to the next. But the more the cycle repeated, the more people noticed the pattern. What once felt emotional now looked mechanical. A playbook. Manufactured chaos for clicks, and with every staged tear, the sense of manipulation grew stronger. Then came the collapse. Within just 2 weeks, her YouTube channel bled over 300,000 subscribers. Average views nosedived from 1.5 million per video to barely 70,000. Brands pulled out fast. A $150,000 cosmetic sponsorship gone, a $200,000 fashion deal canceled right before launch. In 1 quarter alone, she lost nearly $500,000 in revenue. The influencer once hailed as unstoppable now faced a brutal reality. Engagement falling, sponsors gone, reputation shattered. Lala Sadi's story is more than a personal downfall. It's a cautionary tale about the fragile foundation of online fame. In today's fast-moving social media cycle, audiences crave authenticity. They want to feel connected. And once that trust is broken, no algorithm can save you. Scandals can bring short-term views, but they cannot build a lasting career. Once credibility is gone, it's almost impossible to buy back. And in Lala's case, the cost was everything: her image, her income, and the connection she once had with millions. Her story forces us to ask, in a world where clicks, drama, and algorithms dictate success, where do we draw the line between creativity and exploitation? How much of what we see online is real, and how much is simply performance for our attention? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Lala deserves a second chance, or has the trust been broken beyond repair?